Hello, guys. What's happening? A few technical difficulties resulted in us being 20 minutes late. But, guys, look, we haven't. Liverpool win again. We win again. And we keep winning. This is the post match reaction show to the Liverpool versus Luton. Avi, I do not know if he's joining, but he's obviously not here. We heard a few technical issues, guys. We do apologize that we are late. But, guys, Liverpool 4, Luton 1. Now, for me, this game is the epitome of Liverpool in a nutshell, where we go 1-0 down in games and we come back and win, as we always seem to do. Obviously, there's lots to get into. The lineups, the manager at the end, the goals we conceded, the goals we scored, what that means for Sunday, who's going to play. So many questions need to be asked. But look, before we get into this, guys, there's 12 of you here at the moment. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. And yeah, we're trying to get to this 10K mark very, very quickly. We're so close to 7K, so close. But guys, we can't do it without your help. So guys, when you're in here, please share, like, subscribe, send it to your friends, send it to your grandmas, your grandfathers, your uncles, whoever you want to, just send it. But guys, Liverpool win again, and we keep winning. What more can I say? The reality of this is that we are in a title race with two of the best teams in this Premier League, with Manchester City being the treble winners of last season, looking for 4 in a row, and Arsenal up and coming, the new kids on the block kind of vibe that Mikel Arteta's side have been given the last 18 months. And they look to be a formidable side, both of those teams below us. So it's very important that in games like this, when we go 1-0 down, where there's a bit of doubt, we just get the work done and we get the 3 points. And that's the most important thing for Liverpool. When we went to the Emirates a couple of weeks ago, including myself, I thought we'd beat Arsenal because what we did in the FA Cup, but the performance wasn't great. And then a lot of doubt started to creep in because we could have put Arsenal out of sight and we've allowed them a route back into this. We cannot allow any more points to be dropped in this race for the Premier League title, with Manchester City breathing down our necks to come to Anfield, with Arsenal to play Manchester City. The reality is those teams will be taking points off each other. So when the games that we have before, then we have to just keep winning and stay in front, because the longer we stay in front, the more panic it builds with the teams below us. So it's down to us, really. Now, guys, I'm gonna get into some player ratings for the game. I thought the game as a whole was completely different. The first half was a complete different spectacle to the second half, and that's Liverpool's season in a nutshell. Where in the first game, in the first half, we show no quality whatsoever, just shooting from outside the box, just not creating enough. And the second half, something just changes. Jurgen Klopp must have given them the blow dryer treatment, the hair dryer treatment, for them to come out the second half and perform like that. And some of the players, bear in mind, guys, we are missing most of our team. Half of our team is missing. We've got no Mohamed Salah, no Darwin Nunez, no Dominic Szoboszlai, no Ibu Konate was on the bench, no Trent Alexander-Arnold, Robertson was on the bench. There's a lot more. No Curtis Jones, no Diogo Jota, who is the Premier League Player of the Month as well. By default, he was the most informed player in the Premier League, and he's out injured for the next 2 months. No Alisson, how can I forget? The best goalkeeper in the world is not available for us as well. So it's a matter of how Liverpool do this. But we'll get into player ratings in a second. But we've got a comment here. Did anyone see Asim sat behind Klopp? I saw the tweet. I did see the tweet, but I didn't manage to catch Asim. But I know somewhere on Twitter we will see. And if you do find Asim, make sure you let him know and send that to him. Nunez and Salah back for the final. They were rested for today. I don't know. They weren't in the squad today, so I don't think Klopp is not a guy to just throw people back into the team. But look, the reality of this is Liverpool got the job done with a makeshift attack. Gakpo, Diaz, and Elliott are not Liverpool's front three. And this comment ties in. This comment explains it beautifully. I can't believe we won 4-1 without Salah, Darwin, and Jota. And it's very, very important because Luton, we started the game really, really well. And the Luton goal came from absolutely nowhere. And they had one chance and Kelleher kind of parried it with his legs. And then there was the open net for Luton to score. And it's stuff like that where I look at Liverpool and I think that is a sign of the amount of changes we've had to make. Look at the back four. Back four has never played together. Kwanzaa, Bradley, Gomez, Van Dijk. That was that back four. We are 26 games into a Premier League season, February, nearly at March. That back four has not played a single minute of football together. It says a lot. Then obviously we go into halftime. We're still trying to create chances, but we were just trying to score from outside the box. I don't really understand why we were trying to do that. A lot of chances that we had. I think every time we decided to try get near the box, we just couldn't find it. The right pass was always just a minute or two off. 1 second, it was just something was not clicking in that first half, and we kept trying to shoot from the Elliot. And there was one chance I remember specifically where Wataru Endo gets the ball, shifts his man, and he kind of lobs it over to Luis Diaz, who I thought was just going to poke it away. And we're going to get onto Luis Diaz and Gakpo, all individual performances in a bit. But generally speaking, that first half, I was not disimpressed with the first 20 minutes. After we conceded, I was like, what are we doing? Why are we not doing the same stuff? And we went into halftime a goal down, and that can happen. Luton are not a bad side. Remember, they've come from the Championship, not via the league. They've come from the playoffs. They are not a bad side. They are not a team that doesn't know the big occasion. They've played at Wembley before. They're playing at Anfield. They lost 1-0 at Old Trafford. We saw their place was a very tough place to go, a very tough team to play. Arsenal went there, found out. So did Chelsea. So did Man City. So did a lot of the top teams. Tottenham just about got a 1-0 win there. So cool. We go into the second half now. If we go into halftime, I'm thinking we can't even make any changes. I thought Luis Diaz was really poor in the first half, even though everything was directed through him. And it's a shame Avi's not here today because I know he'd be talking about Luis Diaz to a very high level. Gakpo, Elliot, it just wasn't clicking. And I don't expect it to. That front three has not played together very often this season. Whenever have we seen Salah, Nunes, and Jota all at the same time? One of them always seems to be available when they're all injured. So it's very rare to see that. That was a very cup look. NF is a very FA Cup, League Cup looking team from Liverpool. But we don't really have a choice. And that's the reality of Liverpool at the moment. Okay, so we go into the second half and we start the second half like a house on fire, like how we started the first half, but just more intense. Bradley down the right-hand side, playing a more advanced position. A ridiculous attacking outlet he has. And as a fullback, as an all-round fullback, I think he might be the best fullback at our club at this moment in time. Robertson's had injury problems. We don't know how he's going to come into the side and be consistently how he was good before. Trent Alexander-Arnold has defensive issues, but going forward, he's ridiculous. But Conor Bradley seems to have the mold of both of them. He seems to have the attacking output of Alexander-Arnold and the defensive stability of Robertson. And a lot of people like to compare him to Andy Robertson, but he's a real talent, Conor Bradley. And yes, perfectly put by Drunk Vigo. Conor Bradley gives Liverpool so much balance, and absolutely, because by default, I think Trent Alexander-Arnold is a midfield player playing at right back, but he's also too effective in the wider areas and has been over the last 4 or 5 years to be moved out of that position. And Jurgen Klopp has said that many times. We cannot move Alexander-Arnold out from right back because he is the best right back to play at right back. But now there's a dilemma to be had with Conor Bradley's resurgence, with Joe Gomez's resurgence, and Alexander-Arnold being shifted to a more inverted role. But somebody has just screamed Porto. So I assume that Arsenal are losing, but that's not important. We're here to talk about Liverpool. We'll get onto. We're not even going to talk about Arsenal today because I need to beat this dilemma where everyone thinks I'm an undercover Arsenal fan. Guys, no, I like the way Arsenal play, but I'm not an Arsenal fan. You had to get that in there somewhere though, Sarib, didn't you? Yeah, but let's get into the goal. I thought Liverpool in that second half, the attacking, defensive we were just amazing. As an all-round package, we were amazing. I thought the midfield had so much control. The goal was fantastic, and I thought that was kind of the start for Liverpool to go and become better. But hold on, let me get the stats up for the game. It's better for me to look at that, then I can give you a better overview of that. So we have moved 4 points clear of the Premier League. Okay, Alexis McAllister. Chance after chance after chance. We finally get a corner. The pressure's paying off. The Kop is getting behind the team. Jurgen Klopp said, we need the fans. We need the fans. We need the fans. We need to keep pushing. We need to push and push and push and push and push and push and push is what we did. And finally, the cross from Alexis McAllister goes into the box. Virgil van Dijk heads it in. That is what we need. Virgil van Dijk off corners is cash money. And when we've got a player of that quality whipping the balls in, like Alexis McAllister, stepping up as playing as an 8 this season, in the last couple of games, sorry. Ridiculous. And he is a ridiculous player. And I've said it on the show. He does not get the credit that he deserves, Alexis McAllister. He is absolutely outstanding. And he got 2 assists in 2 minutes or something stupid like that. The guy cost 35 million, but the goal from Van Dijk just opened up the floodgates. And Liverpool kept coming, and kept coming. And then my guy, Cody Gakpo gets the goal. And that's what he does. And I've been saying it for weeks and months and weeks and months. And I've been ridiculed and criticized and shut up, Sarib, you're talking nonsense. Gakpo deserves to play more minutes. And when he plays for Liverpool, Cody Gakpo tends to deliver more often than not. And this is a player who's in and out of the team, playing at centre midfielder, playing as a left winger, right winger. He has played absolutely everywhere for Liverpool, Cody Gakpo. But whenever he plays in the attack, whenever he's further up the pitch, and this is just me describing his goal at the moment, we'll get onto his performance, but him as an all-round package, as a player, there is not many better in the world. Technically as a forward, he's really, really good for that height, to move that quickly. The ball striking ability on the man, 2 feet. He's got it all, Cody Gakpo, and he's starting to win more headers. But the goal from Gakpo, it's those kind of positions that you want to see him in, because that's where he can contribute. And we're critical when players miss chances, and that's why Luis Diaz, I was critical of it at halftime, but I said, let's keep going. Lucho, keep going, because there's going to be a time where that flips. And he's had a very good start to 2024. Someone says Gakpo's generation. I wouldn't go that far, but I thought his performance all round, playing the false 9 role, was really, really good. The way he dropped into midfield at times, the flick-ons for Elliott and Diaz were really, really good. Liverpool then keep applying the pressure. Luton did not have a sniff. The saves from Kaminsky, by the way. We could have had 6 or 7 goals in that second half. Easily, Liverpool could have had 6 and 7 goals. If it wasn't for that Luton keeper, Kaminsky, who I think is a really, really good keeper. And Luton are going to have some trouble keeping hold of him in the summer. But second half, Liverpool were just on it. And as soon as we got the second goal, we got the third. A really, really good finish from Luis Diaz. And that's what we want to see from Luis Diaz, taking players on. His best work is done when he's one-on-one with the defenders, when he can take them on. And I know he's not been doing that much this season, but we want to see it. And he did it that second half. Klopp probably went in at him, because that first half, he wasn't great. Although things went through him, like Avi tweeted, like I said as well, he wasn't impressive and he was missing chances. But when you get that many chances in a team that keeps recycling the ball forward and more forward and more forward, you'll get the chance to score. And that's what Luis Diaz did. And that's what we need. We need players like Diaz and like Gakpo to step up, because we have no Salah, no Nunes, no Jota. The main players that play for us are not available. So it's very, very timely that these players step up. And I'm getting the comment sections. Guys, this is a Liverpool channel. I don't want to talk about Arsenal right now. I want to talk about Liverpool. I don't support Arsenal. I'm glad Arsenal are out of the Champions League. I'm glad they're losing, because I want us. No, am I glad? No, because they'll have more games. But no, I'm seeing our rival fans' teams lose. It's funny, because I want Liverpool to be this, because I want Liverpool to be the best team. Because this time last year, we played Real Madrid, our last Champions League game. We got absolutely battered. No, our last home Champions League game. We got absolutely battered. So it's nice to see other Premier League teams losing in the Champions League. But then the pressure kept coming. And we will get on to some of the players that came on. Bobby Clark, Jadon Dange. Huge congratulations to him, by the way, to make his Liverpool debut. Robertson coming on. James McConnell again. Really, really impressive cameo. But the 4th goal in the 90th minute from Harvey Elliott. Again, Gakpo involved. He falls over. I think Kaminsky came out, or he got scurried by the defender. And then Harvey Elliott's got a kind of whipped finish that he loves to do, similar to what Mo Salah does, kind of whips the ball into that from the right hand side into the far corner. But look, we scored 4 goals today, and all our attackers scored, and I can't complain. I have no complaints about today's performance whatsoever. Endo was a solid buy. Good game tonight. And yeah, Yeah, and I've said it many, many, many times, Kieran Dolan. Thank you for your comment. That Wataru Endo allows players like Alexis McAllister, likes of Curtis Jones, to stream forward and play in more attacking positions because he gives us that defensive stability. And I've been saying it for months and months and months. Players need minutes to perform, and when you give players the minutes to perform, they deliver. And we said it about Simicast. We said it about Wataru Endo. Everyone was telling me, no, he's a Europa League level player. He can't play in the Premier League. Guys, he was, since he's been in this team, since he's played consistently as a number 6 for Liverpool, there has not been many better. He literally is competing with the likes of Declan Rice in terms of performances. And I'm not saying that he's on anywhere on Rice's level. But guys, if a player is performing at a high level, I'm going to praise him. And this is incredible because he cost 16 million. And the disarray in the fan base when we didn't get Caicedo, when we didn't get Lavia, we were linked with Czech Decore, when we didn't get those players, was Wataru Endo getting the abuse for it. And it's not his fault. He's not his fault. He's a good player. That's why we ended up signing him. Drink Virgo says I wasn't saying this 2 months ago, guys. I want you to go back on the shows that I've been on, and I want you to find any clip where I said I'm unhappy with the signing of Wataru Endo, because I have been saying it for months. I'm the Endo defender. I'm the Endo Defense League, not abbreviated. I'm the Endo Defense League because if you say that abbreviated, it sounds very crazy. I'm not trying to get cooked on the internet. Wataru Endo is a really, really good player. And there was passes in that first half. He just keeps it ticking. He wins the ball back. And that, I remember specifically, like I said to begin with, that pass he made for Luis Diaz in that first half to chip it, kind of lofted ball. And then Diaz just needs to slot it away. But that's what we need. We've got players in deeper positions that are playing really, really well. And I thought he was outstanding. And I thought McAllister and Endo were really, really good in that midfield. And Ryan Gravenberch. Bradley, look, a comment from Ash says Bradley and Max stepped up when the others were panicking. Composure was key when Elliot, Grav, and Diaz were panicking. Look, I don't think Diaz was great in the game, even though I thought he's second half, he really, really improved from the first half. Things were going for Luis Diaz, but as an all-round performance, that wasn't his greatest. But I'm not going to criticize him too much because he got his goal and his performance as a whole, he was getting into the right positions, and that will come. The goals and these little chap things that he does in the box, it will come with time, and I want to give him time. I know he's not been great this season, but the start of 2024 he's been really impressive, and I want to let him continue that. I'm Endo's biggest fan, absolutely. Gravenberch, let's get on to Ryan Gravenberch because I want to save the better players for last. Now, I thought Ryan Gravenberch was a lot better, and maybe that was because of the opposition that we were playing, but when you get your chance in the team, you have to deliver. And what a chance for him to deliver against one of the poorer teams in Premier League. No disrespect to Luton, but obviously the league table doesn't lie, and they are quite low down. And I thought Ryan Gravenberch showed his quality in that game. Maybe not with a goal or assist, but I thought his passing was nice, the way he was picking up the ball, the little flicks and tricks. And a player of that size shouldn't be moving that well in the ball. And it really bothers me because I said it on the last show, how a lot of fans write Ryan Gravenberch off very, very quickly because he's a player who I think has a big future at this club. 21 years of age or 22 now. I don't know when his birthday was, but he's a year younger than me. And he's playing in the Premier League and I'm here sitting talking about him, defending his name. So that's all you need to know about myself. But Ryan Gravenberch is a really, really exciting young player. And we were in for Ryan Gravenberch for a long time ago, even before he went to Bayern Munich. And I said it on the last show, he needs games in this team to integrate himself properly. He's not had a pre-season. He's not played many minutes in the Premier League. And the Europa League, that's where he gets his game time. But Europa League is so stop and start where you play games until December, then you don't get any games until March. It's very stop and start for Ryan Gravenberch. So when he gets opportunity like this, with the injuries that we have to Jones and Szoboszlai and players like this, he needs to come into the side and take his chance. And he did that very, very well today, and I think he will start the final. And I don't have a problem with that because he was playing in his favoured left position. And a lot of people have said Gakpo and Gravenberch don't work on that left hand side. It was a very narrow left hand side with Gomez as a left back and Ryan Gravenberch as a left centre midfielder. And Gakpo, the whole dynamic people say doesn't work, but it worked very, very beautifully today. And again, maybe that is down to the opposition. But how else do you build confidence unless you play matches? Arsenal away is an unfair judgment because they are one of the best teams in European football. It's very unfair to judge Ryan Gravenberch, but it's games that he's come off the bench and he's made an impact, like Man City away, that run, he got past Rodri, he made the pass forward, and that's where the goal came from. It's stuff like that we need to see more from Ryan Gravenberch, and we will see it next season. We will see the best of Ryan Gravenberch next season. And I don't blame fans for criticizing him, but there's got to be a limit, and you got to give him. You have to supply context to things. He is a young player playing under his fourth or fifth different manager in the last 3 years. Guys, come on now. We're not Premier League footballers, and there's many players that make bad decisions. He made a bad decision. He's rectified it this summer. He's at probably the best club in Europe for his development for young players, and we'll get on to the development of young players in a second. But I thought he was fine. The standout performer tonight for me was Alexis McAllister. What a signing. That guy is one of the signings of the season, and how Liverpool Football Club had a free run at a player who scored 10 league goals for Brighton last season from midfield. And even though he scored penalties, a goal is a goal. A player scoring 10 goals from midfield is very, very rare. Those are Ilkay Gundogan numbers. And I thought that would have been the perfect heir to Gundogan at Manchester City. But in came Liverpool, in came Jurgen Klopp, putting the groundwork early. Because I think most Liverpool fans knew by April that Alexis McAllister, when he scored that last-minute penalty against Manchester United for Brighton to beat United, a lot of the fan base knew that Alexis McAllister will be Liverpool's next midfielder. And we found out the price for him was £35 million. He's playing there like he's £150 million. What a deal. And remember, he has played as a 6. He has played as an 8. He's played all around the midfield. And the majority of the season, he has played out of position. And yes, he was criticised for not being a 6. Absolutely. But you have to, again, supply context. He's never played there. He normally plays in a pivot with Caicedo last season. Sometimes in a 3, sometimes further forward. This season, he was playing as a lone 6 with Szoboszlai and Gakpo. On the opening day, did you see the midfield Liverpool put out of Szoboszlai, Gakpo and McAllister? And he was the lone 6 with Szoboszlai spreading forward down the right hand side, Gakpo joining in the attack. So he's a lone 6. Of course he's going to get overrun by Enzo. Of course it's going to happen by Conor Gallagher, who by default can play deeper positions better than Alexis McAllister. Pep wanted him, and absolutely, he's one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, Alexis McAllister, Kieran. And that is why we are playing so well. We can recycle the ball so well, because we've got technical players like Alexis McAllister, 2 assists tonight, in the space of 2-3 minutes to turn the game on his head. He is ridiculous, Alexis McAllister. And when he plays further forward, he's played 8 twice in a row now, 3 times. I think against Burnley, he wasn't great. I know he played 8 against Sheffield United. He played 8 against Newcastle. But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, because Newcastle, that game, he was playing as a 6 before that. Moving to the 8 was a new midfield of Endo, Szoboszlai, McAllister. You put that midfield out now, Liverpool cook every team in the Premier League. You can screenshot this, record this, anything you want. That midfield is Liverpool's best midfield of Endo, Szoboszlai, McAllister. Shout for Jones, shout for Elliott, shout for Gravenberch, Thiago if he ever comes back. But that is the most balanced and the best midfield we can put out when everyone's fit and firing. Ridiculous player, Alexis McAllister. And he started to grow into the 6 role, starting to distribute passes, those deep line passes. Remember that assist against West Ham, where he kind of chipped the ball over the top, lofted ball for Nunez. Nunez got that goal. He scored a goal against Brentford playing as an 8. Got 2 assists today playing as an 8. So you can clearly see when a player of his quality is pushed further forward, he delivers. They deliver, and Alexis McAllister is no different. When you play to his strengths, which are goal scoring, get into attacking positions, being able to distribute the ball right to left from the deeper positions as well as the 8, you have a goal scoring midfielder. And we saw it at Brighton this season, and we are seeing it now in the last 2 games. He's got 4 GA, 2 assists, 1 goal, 3 GA in 2 matches. The signs are obviously there for him to keep playing. Then he's going to get the opportunity to do that, because we haven't got Szoboszlai, we haven't got Jones. He will play as an 8 in the Carabao Cup final with Endo and with Gravenberch, and I'm absolutely fine by that, because for 35 million to get a player of his quality, it's cash money. And congratulations to Jurgen Klopp and Pep Linders and the Liverpool recruitment team to see that transfer. Really, really good deal from Alexis. A really, really good goal from 2 assists from Alexis McAllister. Really, really good season he's having, and a very underrated season he's having. And I do respect Mark Goldbridge, because he came out and spoke about this. No one is speaking about Alexis McAllister, but I think people are going to be speaking now, won't they? Sammy A says, bro, let's just smash Chelsea and bring it home. Salah and Nunez and Szoboszlai back, hopefully. I'm not sure if Szoboszlai will be available for that game, but Salah and Nunez, I do expect one of them to start. Probably Nunez because he's had more games. Salah obviously just come back from the African Cup of Nations and he's had an injury problem as well. So I don't expect to see Mo Salah start. I know that would be the ideal situation to see Nunez and Salah start. But I think with Gakpo and Diaz scoring, are you really going to be dropping two players that have just scored, regardless of the opposition? I think Chelsea are there to be got at. Although a lot of people say we look better with Nunez and Salah in the team, and they may be right, and they are right. But don't change what's not broken. Maybe Elliot, maybe he can take him out and put Salah in. Maybe shift Diaz to the right, Nunez in the left with Gakpo. The interchange that works really, really well. We saw it against United last season. We saw it a lot last season between Nunez and Gakpo. The goal against Newcastle away, which was about 12 months ago. Asim in the house. Big up to Asim. He was at the game today. Asim, enjoying the game? We're winning a lot with the kids. And yeah, I want to get onto the Liverpool Academy at the moment. The amount of youngsters that Jurgen Klopp is able to bring into this team, regardless of the injuries we have or not, is setting Liverpool up for their future so well. So he's not only leaving the club in the summer, he's leaving the club in great, great hands. And then he's leaving a future for Liverpool Football Club. And for the next coach who takes over, who we hope that is Xabi Alonso. I don't want to have another show about Xabi Alonso because I know we're going to talk about Alonso on another show. Whoever the future Liverpool coach is, he has got the likes of James McConnell, who was coming through, Bobby Clark, Jarell Quansah, Connor Bradley, Curtis Jones is another Liverpool product. Harvey Elliott is coming through our academy, even though he was signed from Fulham. Jaden Dan's coming on today. 7 academy projects. And we've got Trent Alexander-Arnold from academy. So we've got 8 players in our first team now who are academy products. And we had some players on their bench as well from the academy. Trey, I don't know how to say his last name, but Nyoni or whatever his name is, I don't know how to say his name, but he looks to be really, really good. I've seen training videos of him. He looks really, really good. We signed him from West Ham, I believe, or Leicester. I can't remember the top of my head. Was it West Ham or Leicester? Let's have a look. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it was West Ham. I'm certain it was West Ham. No, it was Leicester. There's a player that we got from West. It was Leicester. My apologies, guys. Asim says support Sarib tonight, people. As I'm trying, the lone warrior himself, trying to carry BNR on his back. I'm only joking. Asim does all the great work, guys. Without Asim, this channel, that graphic there is made by Asim. This stream designed by Asim. This channel is in the place where it is because of people like Asim. And guys, I wanted to show Asim love because he has shown me so much love. And guys, if you do see me on Sunday, do come and say hi because I will be at the Carabao Cup final. So if you guys do come speak to me, I would love to meet some of you if you are going. I will be there. I'll be there to support Liverpool, and hopefully we get the win in the final. Dom's Dewsbury, I know off topic, says best team in the world. Arsenal loses to Porto and doesn't have a shot on target. Looks at Sarib. I'm not an Arsenal fan. But yeah, I want to get onto the academy. Very, 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 very impressive that we've got so many players coming through. Connor Bradley, outstanding performance today. Jarell Quansah, as per usual, is becoming the norm. And people fail to forget, Jarell Quansah is playing, this is his first season playing as a first team at Liverpool, just been thrown into the kind of theme. We weren't even talking about Jarell Quansah in preseason. I don't think anyone even knew who Jarell Quansah was. I did, Avi did, Asim did, Sheen did, and I know some of you did as well, but I don't know everyone knew about Jarell Quansah, and we were crying out for Levi Cole, or crying out for a centre-back. Is there really a cry for a centre-back now with Kanate, Van Dijk, Quansah, Endo can drop in there, Gomez? I don't think we're in dire need now of a centre-back, even though I think we will sign him and we do need one. We're not in dire need that we may have looked in the summer when we didn't get one, because the emergence of players like Jarell Quansah who have come into this team and look like Virgil van Quansah. He might not be the heir to Virgil van Dijk, but he's certainly a player that we'll be looking at to captain and maybe be here for the next 10 or 11 years for Liverpool. I won't be saying hi. I'll be telling you to stop mentioning Arsenal. Okay, guys, I'm banned from saying that word. That word is the A word, and I am not going to mention them until we play them again and do another pre-match or post-match. Divesh Ratod, thank you for your comment, says no matter how much we bash Avi, he was the one who mentioned we need to keep an eye on Quansah. Yeah, and Avi is very, very good. He's very in tune with the academy, and he mentioned Jaden Danns to me as well. And Jaden Danns looks another really, really good player. I thought his cameo tonight was really, really impressive, as was James McConnell's, as was Bobby Clark's, and it can only bode well for Liverpool that we've got so many options, so many players coming through the academy that we just keep going. We keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And that just bodes well for Liverpool Football Club because with everyone fit and available, we have got Wataru Endo, Dominic Soboslai, Alexi McAllister, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, James McConnell, Bobby Clark, Thiago, we will never see again, Stefan Bajcetic. 9 midfielders we have. I know I'm missing 1 or 2 more somewhere, but that's 9 I named off the top of my head. But this is what it means: squad depth, squad depth, squad depth. Sometimes you don't have to look at the transfer market. Sometimes you just have to look behind you and think, wow, that he's just saved us 100 million. He's just saved us 60 million. He's just saved us 70 million. And a big credit to Jarrell Kwanzaa. Big credit to Jaden Dans, Bobby Clarks, James McConnell, because they've taken their chances. And then maybe we are going to see more of Jaden Dans. But the likes of Clark, McConnell, Kwanzaa, Bradley, they have taken their chances when they arrived. But guys, let's get into some of the comments, guys. Keep throwing comments at me. I'm going to be answering as many comments as you want. Any questions for me, throw them. Because I'm on my own today. I'm going to let you lot have this show as much as I am doing the waffling. I've spoken too much and my throat is about to die because normally I get a break because Asim's the tactician, not me. I'm just a contributor. But sometimes it's nice to switch it up. But guys, drop some comments in for me. Asim, come on, Cam. Asim, I don't know if he's still here, but he went to the game. Bring your wallet to the post. Drink, Gida. I don't drink, bro. I'm Muslim. You missed Jay Spearing, bro. I forgot about Jay Spearing. Fucking hell, he's at the Liverpool Academy place, for, isn't it? These academies only when needed and send them out on loan. But I think this season has helped, and I think us being in the Europa League and the amount of injuries we have, I have to look at this as a positive and a negative because I know with everyone fit and available, we might not have seen the likes of Clark, McConnell, Jaden Dans, maybe even Connor Bradley. But the fact that we are seeing them, and I'm not saying I'm happy we've got injuries, but this season of transition that we are going through, even though we are top of the league fighting on all fronts, it was a transitional season because I don't think anyone expected us to be in the position we are, has allowed us to bring some of these players through. Even the likes of Callum Scanlon, who's not even played tonight, not even made the bench. He played a few Europa League games himself. Even him, he's there as well. So Owen Beck as well has gone back on loan. Please do not mention Joe Gomez. Many of us criticize FSG and management to give him a new contract. He hasn't put a foot wrong this season. And yes, absolutely. And I hold my hands up because I was one of the few that said, does Joe Gomez really have a future at Liverpool as a centre-back? But I've always said as a fullback, he is really, really impressive. He's got the pace. He knows how to defend one-on-one. He's got the ability to defend at a high level. It's just a shame that those injuries that he had, those 2 serious injuries that he's had, and the injury niggles that he's had, has put him in this predicament of being this injury-prone, error-ridden defender. But I give credit to him in the last 12 months, 13 months, he's stepped it up, especially this season. He's been given this opportunity, and he has taken his opportunity like you wouldn't believe. So credit to Joe Gomez. Ash says 6 more Anfield League games. The club atmosphere has to be like a European semi-final, every one of them. The fact that you said that 6 more league games with Klopp at Anfield, it makes me really, really sad. Man, it was really beautiful to see because Klopp normally he goes to the Kop and he fist bumps the Klopp, but today he done it to the whole stadium, and it's just things like that. He has such a connection with the fan base. It's so sad as he's been here for a long time. He came into this team when I was, 12, 13 years old. I'm not 22 years old. And 9 years he's been here. So it's a big chunk of my life he's been here. 1/3 of my life he's been a Liverpool manager, more or less, Jurgen Klopp. So big credit to what he's done for Liverpool, and I think all of us will be sad to see him. I don't think it's really hit us yet. I think when we watch the last couple games of the season, we're fighting on all fronts. It'll be sad to see, and hopefully that means we pick up a few trophies. The Carabao Cup is the first step on Sunday. Kieran Dunham puts out a thing, youngest player on record from 2008 to 9 to have 5 or more shots, 5 chances, have 10 chances in. Are you talking about? Oh, Harvey Elliott. Wow, that's impressive. I don't think he had a particularly great first half, but second half he was really, really good. He was trying things. And I do like Harvey Elliott because he's not really. Everyone said he can't play on the wing, and I do agree with that to an extent. But he thinks he's a winger, and I want to give him the opportunity as well to play there. And there's times like this where he's going to be able to play on the wing, and maybe that wasn't his best performance today. But the more he plays in that position in this Liverpool team, the more he will improve. And those stats show you, wow. What more can you say? Options galore for Liverpool. Few academy players need to be in the first team squad every week and some out on loan too. I agree, and I think we'll see that next season. a lot of the players that we've got may have Premier League loans. We've got like Fabio Carvalho coming back as well. Owen Beck's going to be back at the club. Tyler Morton as well. He's in a really, really good season under Liam Rosona at, I don't know how to say his name, but yeah, at Hull City. Really, really impressive player. Could be our Emre Can replacement, very similar in style to him. Endo, the silent assassin. But guys, forget me. We've got the big man himself in the house. Big up, Gary. Big up to you, bro. You need to come on the show, man. You need to come on the show. You need to be on the show because, bro, we've been trying to get you on, but it's up to you if you want to come on. We tried to invite you, but he is the master himself. Make sure you subscribe to his channel as well, guys. But I try. But guys, look, Liverpool are 4 points clear at the top of the Premier League, albeit an extra game that we've played in Arsenal and Manchester City. But it doesn't matter. Liverpool are top. What more do you want? That fraud Asim doesn't invite me. Bro, forget Asim. I'm inviting you. You come onto our show when you want. We work around your schedule and we will be happy to return the favor. And bro, you need to come back on Twitter. I don't think you're back on Twitter yet, but it'd be really, really nice to see you back on Twitter. I don't really know where to message you on because I don't have any way of contacting you. But so if there's a way of contacting you, bro, let me know and I'll definitely get in touch. But guys, this was a quick 35 minutes post-match for the Liverpool-Luton game. I'm sure we will be. Yeah, we got 2 more shows. We've got a Friday show with Chin and Avi, and we got a Saturday call-in show just before the Carabao Cup final. So we'll dive in more deeper into that. So guys, from me, from the BNR team, on behalf of them, thank you very much for joining. It was a quick show, but I'm on my own, guys. Remember that I'm doing all the waffling and the comments are doing all the commenting. It's you and me. But it's guys, I am out. Thank you for joining. And big love to everyone that showed me support. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this to everyone. Will there be another show tomorrow night? I don't think we have one tomorrow night, but we've got one Friday with Avi and Chin. Maybe another special guest for you. We're not going to reveal yet. And Saturday is the call-in show with me and Asim. So it's your kind of show where you can say whatever you want and a kind of a build-up to the Carabao Cup final. But guys, from me, from Sarib, the BNR team, it's over and it's out. We've got a quad to win. Take care, guys.